Hey family, how are you guys? I know it has been more than a minute since I have blessed your screens, since I've actually really put out content. You know, we did the whisper challenge with Gigi. Before we get into the video, happy belated new year, happy Kwanzaa, happy new decade, happy all that great stuff. I am obviously sporting a new look. I cut my hair last week. I did it myself. Yes, I did. But yeah. So I was just kind of thinking, okay, what video do I really want to put out? And you know, I know we're like 16 or 17 days into the new year, and I know people have done their 2019 reviews, their New Year's resolutions, and all of that stuff. And part of me was like, girl, you can't record this video. Even if you do, you can't put it up because we're so far into the new year that you can't do it.
Hell no, to the no, no, no. Yeah, to the no, hell to the no, to the no, no, no.
Dead that. Dead. I'm being true to myself. I'm being true to the content that I want to put out when I want to put it out and all of that stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a real raw, candid, open conversation about 2019, what was going on, where I was at. We're going to split into categories-ish. We'll see how it works. And just kind of speak about my new year and where I'm at and how we move. So let's get into it. So I was about to say forgive me if I get emotional, but I'm an emotional person. I don't care. I am an emotional person. I cry. I can boohoo cry. I can talk for England, as you know. I don't care. It is what it is. This is me. I make no apologies. Right. So 2019, transitioning into the new year, I saw a lot of people speaking about how their 2019 was really difficult, how it was emotional. On the snackage. We'll snack and talk. It's really hard to break. Sticks up. Sorry. So, yeah. For me in 2019, overall, was definitely difficult. It was definitely emotional. It was a roller coaster. It was a fight for my life. And that might sound like over exaggerated, but it's honestly how I felt. Like, it was just a lot. Like, starting off into the new year, honestly, was great. Started the new year in church, surrounded by people I love, cracking jokes, all of that stuff at the all-white party. It was lit. Had a blue wig and all. Great. You know. So I enjoyed that. Then I went to New Tea Handsworth for their New Year's celebration. That was great. Then it was Head Start. Head Start is a fantastic New Year's prayer week that is run by Seth Pinnock and Symphony Co. It is amazing. For me, I will rave it. I will shout it from the rooftops. Head Start is the best way to enter into your new year. It is the best way to get a head start for your new year. So 2019, that's how I started it. And I remember one of the nights, it was Prophetess Sharon Stone. Forgive me if I got your name incorrect. I apologize. And I remember, she's such a prolific voice. She is. And I remember when I saw her on the fly up, I was like, God, don't let her speak to me. Don't do it. Don't do me. Don't do that. Nope. Because I was just like, I'm not ready. I wasn't ready. I don't know what she gonna say. I don't know what she gonna... No. I was just like, no. But then what happened? She picked me. Well, she didn't pick me, but, you know, I mean, God led her to speak to me. And she was speaking about how... I'm trying to paraphrase it. How... if I get so caught up doing the administration side of things, I will neglect the people part of ministry. And that in and of itself resonated so loudly with me, because not that long before Head Start, I was having the same type of conversation with a couple friends, and I was saying how, as much as I love having this operational mind, as much as I love the fact that you know, God's given me this gift of administration, in, you know what I mean, it's hard when you feel boxed in and then you put yourself further into that box, because it's just like, okay, maybe this is my remnant, let me stick to my remnant, let me stay in my lane. Do you know what I mean? And hearing her say that, I was just like, how I cleave to it and I receive it, but how I'm in a job that I don't see that happening. You know what I mean? My careers at this present moment is just administration. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, how? And then she also spoke about letting go of false family responsibility. Now, I tell you the weight of that in and of itself. She didn't need to say nothing about the administration. If she just said the letting go of false family responsibility, oh my word. So she spoke about that, and she said, God says, daughter, you're waiting for the situation to change, but God says you change, and then the situation changes. And I remember again being like, I receive it. But then my heart is so shattered and so broken when it comes to my family that I don't see how I'm going to change my perception about it. I don't see how it's going to get better. So anyway, we move into the rest of the year. You know, you still have this in the back of your mind. And then I went to Florida for the International Pastors and Leadership Conference in April. Yeah, Tori. Oh my goodness. Are we taking the picture? Yeah, Maria, take a picture. Yeah, in April. March, I preached at Praise Jam 2019. That was amazing looking back at it now, because I got the clips and the audio of the message that I preached, and it preached to me, and it slapped me upside my head. Good thing my head's bulging out, so I felt it. Slapped me upside the head and was like, get over your whole self. But we'll come back to that. So then April went to Florida for the International Pastors and Leadership Conference. My God of Zion. That was a challenge in itself. Financially, I had no business going out there. Let me just be all the way real. I had no business going out to Florida in April, because financially I was destitute. It wasn't there. And the stress of it all, you know, more money was spent than what needed to be spent, or what we had planned to initially spend. It was a lot of things, but the conference in and of itself was amazing. A lot of nuggets. I still need to downpack a lot of things from that conference. You know, there were certain highlights like meeting Dr. Jazz Clark, meeting Tanya Baker, and the Potter's House Praise and Worship team. I had a whole fangirl moment. Let's be real. I was like, oh my gosh. You know, it was awesome. It was an awesome time. And then we come back, and it's weird how you go on these holidays or you go to these places, and in that moment it is an escape from reality. You kind of let go of that responsibility and you're just there. You're just in the moment. So I was out there. I was, you know, doing shop at Target. I was doing shop at the beauty supply store. You know, I was in Five and Below. I was in Hobby Lobby. You know, I was just living my best life, catching a tan, buying makeup, all of this stuff. And then I get back home and it's like, this is a reality that you thought you escaped. And honestly, it was like as soon as I got home, the heaviness, I just felt heavy. I just felt down. I just felt weighted. Like, weighted. I wouldn't even say the weight of the world, but it felt like the weight of the world was on my shoulders. And I was like, I don't know how I'm going to navigate this, but let's fake it till I make it. 2019 was my faking year. It was my faking year. So then, that's April. May is my birthday month. So May 13th, I turned 24. And for the last, like, I'll say 2-3 years, I've just kind of been in this place where I'm like, bun birthdays, bun celebrating. I'm not here for it. But thank the Lord, I have some amazing friends that are like, that's not running. We're not doing that. We're going to celebrate that you still have breath. We're going to celebrate that you're still in your right mind despite everything. So my birthday came, and during the day, you know, my friends are taking me out, you know, sipping on my mimosas. I love me a good mimosa. And all of this stuff. And then I think my dad was doing a night shift that night, but I just remember coming home and instantly literally being like, what is life? What is life? I don't even think I responded to people's birthdays messages. Like, I was just like, I don't feel it. We'll do the expected Instagram post, happy womb evacuation day and all of that stuff, but inside, not with it. And it really hit me because I don't know if anyone else is like this. You have this kind of plan, you have this view of where your life should be. By 20, I'm going to be here. By 24, I would have achieved this. By 25, I've got this. By 30, I've got this, that, and the other. And then when you don't see that happening, you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. And honestly, that was me. Because as much as I have overcome a lot in my 24 years, as much as I have dealt, I've seen, I've heard, experienced a lot, and I have achieved so much, none of that mattered. None of that was relevant. That just wasn't a thing. It was like, what highlights, what achievements? All we have is failures. All we have is L's. All we have is disappointments. So this is now the focal point of my existence. From that point, I will be so real with you guys. From May 13th, 2019, it was like, there is no progression, there is no achievements, we've not done anything that we set out in our plans for ourselves. So even though you might have achieved things that weren't initially on your plan, it means nothing, because your plan, your template that you had for your life is null and void, because you have not achieved anything on here. And that was my trajectory for the rest of the year. It was fake it till you make it, but remember you're a failure. Remember that you ain't got it. Remember you are not where you want to be. Remember you are a flop. We're going to call a spade. Yeah, we're going to be true and authentic and real. And it was just like, okay, you see people that are your age mate or even younger than you, and you're like, rah, they've got a business, rah, they're married, rah, they got it together. and you're just here living in your dad's house, your parents are getting divorced, sleeping on a single bed at your big age, you ain't driving, you're doing public transport, doing £65 a month. Yeah, £65 a month for a monthly bus pass. What is you doing? And it was just hard. So let's break it down. Let's start with YouTube, since this is what we're doing and this is what this video is about. So in terms of YouTube, my whole reason for coming back to it, because for those that don't know, years and years, I'm saying years ago, like I'm not only 24, but years ago I had a YouTube channel, and I ended up shutting it down because I didn't really know my voice. I didn't know myself. I didn't know what I really wanted to do. I was just trying to keep up with the Joneses and push out the same content that I saw other YouTubers pushing out, instead of being true to myself, instead of having putting out videos like this where I'm just candid and open and raw. So I shut that down. So my whole reasoning for going back into YouTube was that I was going to be authentic and true to myself. I was only going to push out content that I was truly happy and passionate about. And then I think I started off, and it was a journey. So when I told people that I was doing YouTube, they were like, why don't you do it straight away? Hear what? I don't know everything. I don't know what I don't know. I could not tell you how to edit. I could not tell you what software to use other than iMovie, and even then I didn't know how to use iMovie. So that pressure was a lot, because people were waiting for the videos, and I'm like, I'm trying to figure out how to even edit. I'm trying to figure out lighting situations. I'm trying to figure out where the best place in my house to record is. I'm trying to figure out backdrops. I'm trying to figure out whether my face looks like it makes sense on camera. Do you know what I mean? All of these things. So that pressure. And then it's like, okay, you need to push out content like this. Okay, record like 3 videos in a row, and then like push out 2 videos a week. And I'm like, ooh, this is fresh water for me. I'm a little fish in the whole Pacific Ocean. Yeah, let me find my feet. Let me find me. Never mind finding Nemo, finding Dory. Find Chimango. Find your niche. Find your pace. Move at the pace that suits you. And I should have stayed true to that from the jump, but I didn't. I literally would compare myself, and then it was like, okay, you're putting out content, and you're not getting the views, you're not getting the likes, you're not getting the comments. And as much as people want to be like, oh, that doesn't matter to me, it does get to you, because when you're putting out the content and then you're looking at it and you're like, no one's even watching it. Like, the views that I'm getting is myself. I'm watching myself to get my views. Do you know what I mean? I'm liking my own videos. And 100% believe in you and believe in what you're doing, but when you're not really seeing the return on your investment, because I was spending money on equipment, I was spending money on backdrops, even though this is crease, do you know what I mean? I'm spending money on cameras, I'm spending all this money, and I'm not seeing a return on it. I'm asking people, okay, what kind of content would you like to see me do? Or comment this, comment that. I ain't nobody doing nothing. And then you look at someone else who's doing YouTube, and they're getting the comments, oh, we want to see this, oh yeah, you know what I mean? And it was like, yo, what am I doing? Like, I'm really passionate about this. This is something that I wanted to do, that I've finally got back into, and then this is what it is. Like, is it even worth it? Is it even worth it? And then it's the doubt of, am I even good enough? And then it was the video where I was speaking about how I got my groove back, and I was like, rah, people just want to see me boohoo cry. I was like, people just want to see me boohoo cry, want to hear my boiler going off in the background, want to hear spin cycle, and they don't even want to see me. They want to see my dad. Like, This ain't his channel. He ain't got a channel. This me. This is my stuff. Hello? And, you know, thank God I have people like Janola and Shan and Bex and stuff that were like, put it out. Like, you've got good content. Like, do it. But that doubt, when you don't believe in yourself, it does not matter how many times or how many people tell you you are good enough. It doesn't matter how many people tell you, yeah, you're going to make it. If you do not believe in yourself, it goes through here and boom, out there. You don't hear it. You don't hear the compliments. You don't hear, oh, I really liked your video. You don't see that. None of that matters, because you're like, what you see and what I see are two different things. And they're not marrying together. So you must be chatting a whole bunch of air. So you stay there with your air, because the reality of it ain't popping. It ain't working. Done it. So it got to a point where, in all honesty, even though like videos with G and stuff that I love doing them, it was, I'm pushing out content for pushing out content's sake. It was, let me put a filter on what I really talk about or what I really do. I feel like for me, I love doing videos like this. Don't get me wrong, as much as I love doing the challenges, the jokes and stuff, I love being real and open and honest. I love to talk. I love to chat. Yeah? So a lot of the times I was like, okay, I'm going to do this type of video. And the reality of it is that I did the videos. I have videos upon videos that I could edit and push out. But that doubt set in so deep that I was like, no, we're not going to push it. We're going to filter what we say. We're only going to push out content, or we're only going to say things that will pique interest. So we're not going to be real. We're not going to be open. We're not going to be true to yourself. We're going to be true to what you see works for others. And comparison kills. Comparison absolutely kills. We can say that you were not made to fit in a box. You were made to be uniquely you. And if you don't believe that for yourself, it means nothing. Oftentimes, people will give out the best advice on certain situations, but they cannot take it themselves. And I was that person. And reality, I still am that person at times. I'm just like,
girl, you gave that person good advice. Why don't you sit down, shut up, and take your own advice?
Moving forward, we're just going to marry
I'm not going to wait until I'm like, okay, and then we get into the new year.
Moving forward, I'm not apologizing for being me. I'm not apologizing for being the emotional, loud, quirky, hair impulsive Chimango. I'm going to be unapologetic, because at the end of the day, I've been through stuff. And I haven't been through things just for the sake of going through them. I feel like what I have been through and what I've overcome is also going to help someone else. So I apologize. No, I don't apologize. Shut up. I do not apologize for the content that will be released on this channel. I do not apologize for saying what I feel to say. I do not apologize for standing in my truth 100,000%. I make no apologies. If you do not like it, please just remove yourself, unfollow, unsubscribe. And what was I listening to? I was listening to Righteous and Ratchet, Kev on Stage and Doughboy's podcast, and I think Akash Singh was on it, the episode that I'm referring to. And one thing they said was, you cannot cancel who you never supported. Don't try to cancel me if you never supported me. Yeah? Sit down somewhere. Sit down somewhere. Have a nap. Have a square. Have something. Have a cup of tea. Have some cranberry juice. I don't know. Whatever floats your boat. have a seat. You don't have to support me. You ain't got to like me. Heck, there are a few people that don't like me, and people will always have something to say. Good, bad, or indifferent. That's your business. That's your business. So that was YouTube. Oh, family. I recognise when I talk about my family and the situation, I'm very incoherent. I don't say things in chronological order. I just speak as it comes out. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to speak as it comes out. Ooh.